Hey folks, Adam here, and I'm about to give you 10 reasons that you're going to want to visit Cancun, Riviera Maya, and Mexico in general in the summer. Let's go ahead and check it out and kick it off right about now. So a lot of people don't like to travel south of the border in times when it's hot. In those August months, it's kind of frowned upon. It's not as popular of a tourist destination. But I'm going to show you why this may be the perfect time for you to go. And we're going to give you all the details. First and foremost, obviously, we've got things like the vibe, the room rates, customs, immigration, and everything in between. All right, folks, before we continue, I got to tell you about this. It's the Vasco Translator V4. This has free unlimited internet for life, and it allows you to translate conversation, photos, texts, and even group chat, everything in between. This has learning applications, easy settings. This gives you two-way, instant, extremely fast translation in less than a half a second. Works in 200 countries and no Wi-Fi is needed. You turn it on, it automatically connects for life. You have no issues there. Over 70 plus languages are supported, and that means you can connect to 90% of the world's countries in a matter of seconds. It's really, really easy to use. It's easy and intuitive. This has 2 microphones to help enhance noise reduction. I've used other ones in the past in my travels, and there's so much background noise it never knows what to pick up. This really is able to pick up and translate at a moment's notice. It's got a powerful battery, an ergonomic 5-inch screen, and like I said, this is powerful, free updates, and of course, really strong, loud speakers. So if you're looking for the best of the best, it has the multi-talk application, the language by voice recognition, the saving and sharing, the modern design, and it even has a little flashlight and a camera to where you can click a photo and it'll translate it for you. So go ahead and check that out, but this is my preferred translator for when I travel on adventures like this. It makes it so easy for me. Go check it out. You will not be disappointed. Necesito una biblioteca.
I need a library.
And folks, don't forget that this comes with a free SIM card. That means you can access it in over 200 countries without using Wi-Fi. So first, and one of my favorite things is that the demographic, it's going to be a little bit younger. It's going to skew younger than usual. Now think about it. If the average person who goes to Cancun is between 20 and 70 years old, well, guess what? Certain people, like parents, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, people with 10-year-old kids, they can't always go during school months. So during those summer months, those 30-year-olds, those 40-year-olds, those 35s, those 25s are more likely to go to Cancun. So you're going to get a younger, more youthful, more vibrant, energetic group in Cancun in the summer. Accordingly, that's just going to change the overall vibe, and that's going to make it more of a fun party atmosphere that the hotels and resorts are going to go ahead and cater to. So if you're looking for a more energetic trip, where there's younger, more energetic people, more attractive people, well, guess what? Those summer months may be the perfect option for you, and that's why we like them. Accordingly, the hotels and resorts are going to theme their events and parties for that younger demographic. I just got back from Riviera Maya and from Cancun, and they were doing a lot more parties and things. We went to a themed party, pool party that was under the sea foam party, and everyone was dressed up looking fantastic. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. But you know, you may not get those types of themed parties. They've got a Chocotopia party at the resorts in the summer, Chocolate Utopia, just a lot of things going on that's going to appeal to a younger demographic. So if you're part of that younger demographic who would like to have a foam pool party, who would like to adventure a little bit more with younger people and dance it up at the discotheque at night, this is a great option for you. So number 2 is theme parties. Number 3, this is a fun one as well. In the summer, the waters are going to be warmer. That means it's perfect for snorkeling. That means it's perfect for scuba. But it's also perfect for some of those bigger animals that come through in the summer. In the summer, it is whale shark season. So if you've ever wanted to see a whale shark in its natural beauty off the coast of Cancun, well, guess what? This is the perfect time to go snorkeling, go scuba, and see some of the really cool animals that can be seen seasonally in Mexico. Yeah, so if you're looking for something a little above and beyond, the warm waters are going to let you do more activities in the water. I know for me, I went to a aquatic theme park, and I like it when it's a hot day, the water's a little warm, and that way I'm not freezing my buns off in the cold days. I don't want to be 80 degrees with 60 degree water. I want it to be 100 degrees with 85 degree water. That's more for me. Number 4, again, it's the low season for Cancun, so that means there's going to be less traffic, and you're going to be able to hail a taxi easier. There's not going to be as much competition if you're trying to get to the airport. If you want to go to downtown, you want to go to Coco Bungos, well, guess what? You don't have to wait in line as long. The prices are going to be most likely a little bit better. Getting a cab or getting a service to take you from the airport, it's just going to be easier, it's going to be faster, and it's going to be more economical. So number 4, I like the fact that there's less traffic, and that may be perfect for you. If you're somebody who doesn't want to be overcrowded, particularly waiting for your turn for a ride, that's a great option as well. Now, number 5, this is one that really appeals to me, is when I land in Cancun, the first thing you do is have to wait through the turnstiles and go through immigration. On your way out or your way in, you may also have to go through customs. Now, on a busy time frame, I've seen the airport backed up. I've seen a 2-hour wait. I've been a part of a 2-hour wait going through immigration. You just wait there with your passport and you tell them where you're going, and then they just say, go on your day. If you go in that summer month, the last time I went, it was literally 2 people in front of me. Took me less than a minute to get through immigration. It was so much nicer. Sure, maybe if you're at the back of the plane, there's still a 15, 20-minute wait, but it's much easier. So those summer months mean that the immigration lines are going to be a little bit shorter. There's going to be less people going through them. They're not going to be as backed up. And for me, that makes for a more pleasant experience. Think about it. You get off your plane, customs line is quick. You jump into your cab, you jump into your shuttle, you jump into your transfer. I like to use USA Transfers. That's the name of the company. Get in your car, you go. It's quick. There's no traffic. It's better in the summer. So then, on top of all of that, room prices. I recently stayed at Crystal Resort, which is in that hotel zone with the beautiful water. Now, it's not the top-end resort, but it was only $150 a night. That's because it was in the summer. Those prices can spike $300, $400, $500 a night in the high season. So going in the off season gives you a better chance at good prices. I stayed at Temptation, I stayed at Desire, I stayed at Crystal, and I have to say that the better prices, of course, were during the summer at all 3 resorts. So even if you're getting that premier $2,000 a night room, that mansion of a room, it's probably going to be 25, 30% less in the summer. If you're getting the discount hotel, it's still going to be less too. So that does make a difference. Number 7, better prices on airfare. Yeah, less people are flying. The planes are going to be less full. You have a better chance of having an empty seat next to you. You have a better chance of landing that really good price on airfare. And maybe having a little extra room in your overhead, where they don't have to check the overheads. We've all been in a situation where the plane is too full and they're checking overhead bags, and it is problematic. So when the flights aren't as full, the prices aren't as high, it just makes it better. And that's why it's good to travel in the summer, and it's good to travel to Cancun in the summer because that is the low season. On top of that, number 8, we're looking at a greater potential for room upgrades. When I stayed at Temptation in the summer, well, guess what? They've got the tower, and then they've got kind of the garden rooms. I paid for a garden room, which is a lower level room. So way far away from the main resort. Well, when they don't have enough people, they close out those garden rooms and they bring them to the tower. So I got to stay in the tower, which is a nice upgrade. You get access to the tower bar and you get a nicer room. You get a better view. But I had to pay garden room prices. That's because, when they start closing sections of the hotel, which, like if the place isn't full, they don't want to have room service over here and over here. They'll close the cheaper rooms first and oftentimes upgrade you. So those room upgrades are more abundant. And say you're in a mid-level room, you're in the tower already. Well, they're going to offer you those upgrades much cheaper in the lower seasons. So sometimes you can get that premier room for mid-level rates. And that, again, is just the advantage to traveling in the summer when you compound all these factors. The fact that, it's a younger vibe. It's more attractive people there. There's themed parties. They're trying to, they have a lot of parties just to draw more people in. They have more entertainment to try to draw you to their hotel and resort. And that plays well for you as a customer. When they're full, they already know they got as many people as they need. They don't need to do anything special. They don't need to have special food. They don't need to have all sorts of things if it's already full. But if they're struggling to maintain or, if they've got vacancy, they're going to do everything they can to up their service level, up the parties that go with it. And that's where you can get some real advantages as a customer. So, number 9. The room availability as well. I've found sometimes I'm trying to travel and, some of those resorts are really nice and you say, okay, I want to stay here this weekend. Oh, there's no availability, or the good rooms are already booked. You end up having to get a room you don't want. Maybe the cheap rooms are booked and you have to get high, or maybe the nice rooms are booked and you have to get the cheap. Or I've even had it sometimes you try to stay at a resort and they're like, oh, there's 4 days at this room and 3 days at this room. That can be problematic. In the summer, with more room availability, because it's not the high season, you're more likely to get the room you want, for there to be availability on the days you want. And again, that makes it a much better experience for you and a much better experience for me. Number 10, the overall vibe. The vibe in the summer is different. Hotels and resorts are putting on more parties to draw people into Cancun. It's a younger vibe. More locals coming in and staying at those resorts as well. So the overall vibe is more fun. It's more of a party atmosphere, again, with a younger demographic, with the Latin influence, with everything going on. It's a fun environment. You go over Christmas and spring break, it's going to be packed. You can relax a little bit during the summer, but also they have big theme parties, pool parties, night parties, adventures, discotheques, all sorts of stuff. You're going to be able to get your taxi a little bit cheaper. Say you want to go to Coco Bongos, you want to have a good time. You're going to be able to get your taxi a little cheaper, a little less traffic. You're going to be able to get in and out, and there's going to be availability. You want to go to that special club? Let's use the example of Coco Bongos. It's probably not going to be booked up. You're going to have availability. You want to get that room that you want? You want the poolside room, or you want the tower room? You want the one with the jacuzzi? It's more likely that you'll have availability. And that makes everyone happy, right? You get the thing that you wanted. Younger crowd, easier access to activities, better pricing. Summer's not bad. Of course, the downside, you have to deal with the heat. So jump in the water, look for a whale shark, go snorkeling, and you'll be able to beat the heat with that. Stay hydrated. Most of the hotels have complimentary waters. A large majority of the hotels are all inclusive, so you can stay cool that way. They all have air conditioning, and the air conditioning in the rooms, I have to admit, just in the last 10 years, the air conditioning in most resorts in Cancun has gotten better and better. So if you haven't been there recently, you haven't been there at all. These rooms are getting nicer. The air conditioning is getting better. The pool parties are getting more fun. The entertainers are more talented. Last time I went there, it seemed like an Olympic level show with the entertainers at night. It's phenomenal. Go check out the locations. Go check out the flea market. Go get yourself some souvenirs, but just go. And don't be afraid to go in the summer. It's absolutely worth it. You should definitely go. Get those discounts. Hang out with those fun young folks and have a real good time. right, folks, if you watch this far into the video, please click that subscribe button. Please give me a comment below. It gives me inspiration to do these videos because I just like the interaction. I like talking to you guys. I like hearing from you, and I try to reply every chance I get, particularly on these newer videos. I do appreciate that. All right, click like, all that sort of thing. We will be traveling to China in the coming days. In a couple months, we're going to Japan. We're going to Thailand. We're going to Singapore. We're going to the Bahamas. We're going to Dominican Republic. We're traveling all around Florida. So if any of those topics interest you, you'll see either us talking about them or us live checking out the streets and shopping. So I would ask you to go ahead and subscribe. You absolutely won't be disappointed. I'm Adam. Amy and I love to make these videos for you, and we do appreciate it. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Adios, amigos.